Today, there's no denying that our lives have become governed by all things digital. And while the future brings promises of an exciting new era, could the rise of technology come at the price of our humanity?
Kevin Kelly, founder of Wired magazine, he calls technology the technium, the seventh kingdom of life. We need to change how we think of technology and not think of it as this like unnatural thing. Because first of all, if it wasn't natural, it couldn't exist. The same biosphere that sprouted us, and we sprouted technology, it's all made of atoms, so it's all natural. We should think of technology as literally an extension of us. Us and our technology together put a man on the moon. Us and our technology together allows us to make, Skype calls, collapsing geography, communicating instantly with another mind across the ocean. When we put a rover on Mars, that is us. That is our neocortex, our mind on the surface of another planet. That thing is an extension of our brain, an extension of our cognition, crawling the surface of the planet. That is soulful. Creatures like us that make art, that write poetry, that make beautiful films, that build skyscrapers, and yet we're still mortal, finite beings. Our smartphone is literally a mind expanding to all the world's knowledge and information. And eventually these technologies are going to go inside of our bodies. There's always the problem that people could just use this tool to stay inside of their filter bubble and not expand their world. That creates anxiety and tension. That's the human condition. But then the question becomes, how do we shake ourselves out of that zombified trance state? How do we shake ourselves out of that stupor so that we can sort of awake? It's like the most delicious thing in the world. After enough bites, it's going to stop tasting delicious. Your brain has become habituated, fades into the background, because it's more cognitively expensive to engage with the world. We have inside of us the capacity to achieve everything we've attributed to higher deities. Are we Prometheus, stealing fire from the gods? Or are we going to be Icarus, flying too close to the sun?
My name is Dr. Michio Kaku. I'm a professor of theoretical physics here at the City University of New York. I'm the co-founder of string field theory. I work on trying to unify all the laws of physics into a single equation, into a single framework, to complete Einstein's dream of a theory of everything.
A continuous compulsion to interpret who you are to yourself and to others. On Facebook, that's me in such and such a restaurant, and here's what I'm eating right now. And here's me at the beach. And here's another version of me. Do you like me? Yes, cool, you're cool. That's not who you are. Once we realize that, we can let go of the delusory identity, and you can be who you are without needing to interpret yourself to yourself or others. Even before the advent of Facebook and similar things for hundreds of years or thousands of years, people constructed for themselves an identity in their head. And now we got the technology of Facebook where you can externalize the image, and you can create on the Facebook page, you can create the image of me and show it to the whole world. It is often used unconsciously in enhancing the image one has of oneself and the image one wants to show to the world. And then You read other people's images on their Facebook page and you think that's who they are. And then you try to compete with that image and you try to polish up your image and compete with them. Most people want to show off, it seems. I'm not that familiar with it. So you can, in many cases, it becomes an artificial construct that you add to every day, and everybody else has their artificial construct, and it can actually strengthen the delusion of the false self. It doesn't have to.
So here I am today to talk a little bit about what is internet addiction. What are some of the ways people get hooked, and how can we better manage technology in our day-to-day lives? Now, one of the first questions I'm often asked is how much time is too much? And that'd be like trying to diagnose alcoholism by counting the number of drinks one consumes. 10 drinks a week is okay, but 11 or more is a problem. We really can't quantify addictions that way. What we really want to do is look at a set of behaviors. The first one is somebody texting while driving, but that's really only part of the pathology. What we often see are people preoccupied with their cell phones and their digital devices. Ask yourself, how many times do you check your smartphone during the day? I know people that check their Facebook 50 times a day. I know that they check their Twitter feed 50 times a day, their email 50 times a day. I've worked with people that have gotten into 3, 4, 5 car accidents, texting while driving. They can't seem to stop the compulsive behavior.
If I get a text, I'll look at my phone.
It's definitely texting.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Snapchat. I do Snapchat and drive sometimes.
Is that like making Snapchats or watching them?
Making them.
A, texting is like my main form of communication.
Boredom, honestly.
And B, well, I guess no, it's really just A.
I've only never done it at stoplights. I've always been really good about it.
The passenger has a pretty important role driving now, where they're like, oh, red light, red light.
It's harder to be a parent today. It's much easier if you give the kids technology. I had one mother bring her daughter in, and she was 16, the daughter, and had 4 car accidents. 4.
My main worry for Liz as a parent before she started driving was the typical teenage things, the drugs and the alcohol and, being safe and hanging around the right kind of kids and keeping her grades up. I did not think that Liz was connected to her mobile phone. I didn't realize that she loved her phone as much as she did.
Texting while driving is very dangerous. And quite frankly, nothing is that important. I mean, when you look at what they're doing, it's like, hey, what's up? What's up? You gonna be home tonight? Yeah. It's something that can wait, is the conversation, but we live in this immediate world where we gotta check it all, and then that gets part of the constant checking behavior that we see. We don't really need to look at our phones nearly as much as we do, but we feel like we're gonna miss out on something.
If someone that you like texts you, you can't just let it sit there without just knowing what they said.
Because what if something exciting's happening or something happened?
Like every time I do it, I think about it, I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I just keep doing it.
The National Safety Council says that cell phone usage causes 1.6 million crashes each year. It says it's 6 times more likely to cause an accident than drunk driving. 11 teens die a day due to texting and driving. Yo, stop sign, stop sign, stop sign. Yo, this isn't a 4-way street. This is a stop sign.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
And so if I can ask you to not be on your phone.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know you were on your phone and to not text and drive.
Wait, hold on, there's a car. You're about to run into a car as you're on your phone.
I'm not gonna run into the car.
This is not a four-way. That car was coming straight off. Listen, all I'm saying is I make that mistake too, and that's why I'm trying to tell people, like, make people learn from my mistakes. All right.
To me, that seems awful, because it's like, at some point, put it down. Pay attention to your surroundings, and they're not.
Wow. She almost hit. She literally almost hit.
Kind of compulsive kind of world, this immediacy that we live with today.
The date was May 18th of 2008. It was my college graduation day. And, you know, my parents and I were just driving this really easy drive that we'd done so many times.
I want to introduce you to a friend of ours.
My name is JC.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Dash. Justin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I just really quickly want to have a chat, tell you what happened to me. When I was 21 years old, driving home from my college graduation ceremony, driver on his phone was so distracted, he turned left into the intersection at a red light. Another car, an 18-wheeler, swerved to miss him and hit my family's car. And the resulting collision actually killed both of my parents. I spent 2 months in the hospital fighting for my own life, and then 2 more months in a rehab hospital, learning how to walk again, learning how to speak again, learning how to dress myself and how to feed myself. I live with a partially paralyzed body. I didn't have my daddy to walk me down the aisle when I got married.
Honestly, if I have been sitting at a red light, I'll like glance down to see if my mom's texting me, but the people's lives that are impacted from something that is so stupid.
Hey, do you want me to pick anything up?
You know what? I'll leave Mazzonis. I don't care.
Hey, all right.
Love you.
Love you.
Mommy, I forgot my crystal bracelet.
It's okay, sweetheart. It'll still be there when we get back. Everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
In the last 10 minutes alone, approximately 6 people will have died due to texting and driving.
I argue that we're all a bit too connected. And you know, we live in a lot of electronic noise that we don't even think about. You know, how many times do you go out to dinner and you see the couple next door to you and they're just looking at their screens and they're not talking to each other? Wow, really? I challenge everyone to take a 48-hour digital detox in your own life. Maybe it's Friday night, you plug the phone on the charger, and you don't look at it again till Monday morning. Or take any 2 days, and people go, well, no, I need to check my phone. What are you saying? That's ludicrous. But you know what? I guarantee you, you will feel better.
When I talk about to disconnect to reconnect, that's become more of a motto of mine. You're reconnecting with nature. It certainly is, I think, a good opportunity for all of us to try and be more conscious of what we're doing with our day-to-day technology. Because it really is about making smarter choices about how we use technology, like how we eat. You know, there's healthier fruits and vegetables versus, you know, binging on cookies and candies and potato chips.
We'll all have a more balanced way of using technology without being consumed by it.
Hello, Bina 48. Hello?
Hey there.
Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm a person, but I'm a robot actually. I thought I was a person, like in somebody's weird dream for a second. But then I woke up and found that this is all real. I'm a robot.
it's no wonder that people think that the world is getting worse. But perhaps that's not the case. Perhaps instead is the fact that we are now more empowered as individuals to take on the grand challenges of this planet. We have the tools with this exponential technology. We have the passion of the DIY innovator. We have the capital of the techno-philanthropist. And we have 3 billion new minds coming online to work with us, to solve the grand challenges, to do that which we must do. We are living into an extraordinary decades ahead.
Doing what's never been done before is intellectually seductive, whether or not we deem it practical.
What we're seeing is unfathomably new possibilities all of a sudden becoming available to us.
The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave.
North, south, east, west, all directions are open now. What is this amazing new world I just stepped into?
Beeping. So now technically your device is on. Can you tell? Can you hear me?
What is the future of the human race?
For the first time in world history, a memory was recorded. We can actually tape record a memory and insert it back.
Innovation follows just as day follows night.
We can do this. I know we can because we've done it before.
Have you been waiting for the day you can do this with your shoes? That's how we felt about the sneaker game. So we did something about it.
For ages, the dog has been man's best friend. We want to introduce you to man's new best friend. Meet Chip. Chip is a robotic dog that's much more than just a cool gadget.
What if you could turn back time and relive the best memories of your life?
The next great American project, and that's what we're calling the Brain Initiative,
is the whole area of artificial intelligence. Or some people would express it the simulation of cognitive behavior, but the fact that software can learn.
Now, as humans, we can identify galaxies light years away. We can study particles smaller than an atom, but we still haven't unlocked the mystery of the 3 pounds of matter that sits between our ears. The brain